if everyone can please be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem.
A warm good afternoon and welcome to Blacktown International Sports Park for the 2014 AFL Sydney Premier Division Grand Final. You'll see Manly Warringah Wolves up against the Pennant Hills Demons in what should be a sensational game of football. I'm Dan Johnson, and joining me this afternoon in the commentary box will be Craig Abercrombie and Scott Abercrombie. Welcome, boys. This should be a belter.
You're right, Dan. It should be an absolute belter. Conditions are fantastic for football here at Blacktown International Sports Park. And this should be a battle that will play out all afternoon. And we're hoping for a close one. I expect a close one. And it should be an absolute cracker to watch.
You're exactly right, Craig. These two teams have been the pick of the bunch all season. And today they meet off in the ultimate game. Looking forward to the way that both teams are going to move this ball up and down the ground. They've got players in every line that can make a difference. So today, it's going to be the bloke that wants it the most, I think.
Yes, they've got strength all over the park, these two sides. Looking through Manly, you've got Bunkle and Brazel in the back half with Benbow and Stroud, Armitage, Pedersen through the centre with Brain and McDonald. And up forward, Fowler. He's won the trophy, kicked 81 goals this season, Stan Milton trophy winner. Levi Brain up forward, up there as well, and Washington. And then you look across the Pennant Hills, Parker, Shepherd and Wright through the back line, Delaquilla, Goodall, Crisfield in the centre, Carey, Dunn, Widmar, Adir Wikarama, Zickman. They've just got strength all over the park, these two sides, and it's going to be a fantastic contest to get us underway in the 2014 AFL Sydney Premier Division Grand Final, won down by Pennant Hills. Goodall Felon medalist this year, Howarth medalist, best representative player in there with the first touch. Bottom of the pack, you wouldn't expect anything else.
And you can just see there, Dan, James Dunn playing this afternoon. Copped a knock a couple of weeks back in a game against St George. He's got the headgear on this afternoon. Great to see him back out there. And he should be fantastic for the Pennant Hills Demons.
Another ball up in the centre, Dickerson and Widmar. One down. It's heavy, it's tight in around the footy to start this one off. Nobody able to squeeze it out of the pack just yet.
Typical start to a grand final. Both sides feeling each other out in the centre square.
Free kick here. It's going to go to Pennant Hills. Widmer will take it. In fact, Carey wants to move it quickly, but he'll come back.
The kick will come back to Widmar. Sam Widmar playing in the ruck today. Calling for someone to come at him. Decides to go long. Across the back, ball misses everyone. Adir Wickrama, what can he do here? Shows a little bit of toe, gets it on the right, but it just misses to the far side. So first opportunity goes to Pennant Hills.
Keep an eye on Runga Wickrama. Loves the big games, and that's the sort of thing we'll expect to see from him this afternoon.
Johnston, just on the edge of 50. Goes a little bit too short. As they move it along the wing, Widmar flies with a punch. Pushed down to the ground. Pedersen applied the tackle, still trying to free the football. At the bottom of the pack there.
Interesting to see how these two teams line up. Pennant Hills last week playing against St George. Both teams went a very defensive style of game, probably in preparation for the game plan of the Manly Warringah Giants, as the Giants get a free kick here.
There's plenty going to the field and medalist in Goodall. The pack flies front. A good punch from behind came from Kieran Wright.
You see there the big man Dickerson coming off for his first rest. Got a good 5 minutes out of himself, and he's down for a sit down.
As all good ruckmen should be.
Call that matchups, don't they? The ball
Surprised
comes
he
back
didn't go forward.
Back coming, Dunn overruns it. Delaquila comes through, couldn't quite get enough on it. Now Brains wrapped up in a tackle. Dunn and Delaquila in there. Another tackle applied by Carey, and the umpire will come in right on the logo here at Blacktown.
Jimmy McDonald there just with a bit of a limp. It looks like he might have rolled that left ankle. Washington and Widmar. Kick will come back to Widmar.
You've got to say Widmar's got the rub of the green at the moment as far as ruck goes.
Delaquila sends it forward. Strong mark in front. Zapaid. Dan Witt, they play on anyway. Wickrama goes past. Zickman just trying to get control of the football. Falls. Runga has another go. Wern comes across the top and makes sure it ends up over the boundary line.
Good all in amongst it. That's what you'd expect to see.
Plenty of feeling between these two sides, which is what we want to see. It was Wern that went the punch there. Delaquila with another one, a few in short succession. Well done by Stroud. Cuts it off and will balance things up for the Wolves. Sorry, the Giants.
One comes down, looking there for Washington. Couldn't quite take it clear. Just see in the corner of this frame there, McDonald limping heavily for the Giants.
Yeah, rolled an ankle applying a tackle early on, and just might need a bit of ice on it.
Just missing the ball there was Robertson. Delaquila just got it on the toe. Chance there was for Benbow. Has another go. Gets upended for... Kick will come downfield. Football now with Pyle. Pedersen gives him a lead. Still there, Pedersen. Decides not to use him. Poor decision. Brain comes back to Pyle. Inside 50 for the Giants. A little bit of a nudge. Umpire Kalasic, he was Johnny on the spot and picked that one up. They play on quickly. Widmar along the edge of the box. Adir Wickrama, he's hot for the football, attacking it well. They turn it over for Garland. Goes to the top of 50, diving mark, Jack Parker.
It's their real first chance at scoring now. Manly Warringah as they go inside 50.
The fly will come and it will be Fowler, and Braden Fowler will have a shot on goal.
It's interesting there on that repeat inside 50 for the Giants. The ball came out from the big punch there where the free kick was paid. Both Pennant Hills players put their arms up in surrender, but the umpire called play on anyway. The advantage really wasn't there. We see the repeat inside 50, and the Giants have now got a shot on goal.
They really need to have someone in that hole. They had plenty of men back. They just didn't get in the right spot for Fowler. As I mentioned earlier, the Stan Milton Trophy winner this year, medalist for most goals kicked in the Sydney AFL Premier Division. Kicks from 45 out, pushes it off to the right.
Looked like a real nervous poke at that one too.
Yeah, not his natural kicking style, that he really slid it off the boot. As Pennant Hills prepare to come back in. A big kick out, looking for Shepherd. Lands nicely for him. Could it be 50? And the umpires will want to assert their dominance early. Maybe. No, not coming. Usually those ones you see the umpires ping down on very early. Lloyd Shepherd, the captain, nothing to go to. He'll really only have a chance to go short to Delaquila. Now they'll look for Witt. Ray on the lead as well. Goodall, he's in amongst it, throwing a few. Looks like Hawkins has got the job on him.
Yeah, Hawkins has put a fair bit of work on him off the ball.
Shepherd goes wider again. Out there to Smith, I think it is. Coming back through the middle, looking for Carey. Carey just interferes with. And a free kick given the Giants. They play on quickly, inside 50, and they've got a player on his own here. I think it's Brain. In fact, it's not. There it is. So that 28. Come back again. We'll get back to that. Schooler off to Delaquila. Back to Crisfield on for the first time. Started on the bench. And he's looking down the line. Nothing much to go to again for Pennant Hills. Getting back is Schooler. Wales there as well. Called to play on, so he goes short and picks out Stephen Ray.
Stephen Ray just in front of the commentary position. Short stabbing pass. Finds a target in Thomas. Thomas looks for an option. It goes the short one, Delaquila. Delaquila to Goodall. Just taking their time. Don't want to turn over possession at the moment, Pennant Hills. Waiting for the option. Got a target further afield. Hare with the football. He decides to go in the true direction of forward. Finds Harry Angel. Angel's got a lead coming. It's going to get cut off. Good punch there comes from the big man in Dan Dickerson. Finds the boundary line.
Possibly not the best entry into 50 there. Pennant Hills taking their time. It gave the Giants a great chance to push back. They really had to find a better target. They just kicked there to a 3-on-1, not giving the forward a great deal of chance.
The ball comes back in. Crisfield off the back of the pack, quickly on the boot. Goes straight up in the air. Underneath it, taken by Thagalan, but had to play on quickly. They go out. Angel leads the race out here to the ball. Could have been infringed. Umpire says yes, he was. And Harry Angel will take a shot on goal. But he's just on the edge of his range. And there's plenty of Pennant Hills blokes around willing to help him out. Kieran Wright in the area. They need to be aware of that. Pyle stands next to him. And now with no option but to go back and have a kick. Whitmer comes off.
Well, they've played on quickly to Kieran Wright. Falls into the square. And they're going to come away with it, the Giants. Got men peeling off, but there's no target further up the ground. If this shot doesn't go as deliberate, oh my goodness.
Was it touched over the line?
That was a miss kick. That was a miss kick. He
Come on.
absolutely shanked it. Surely you could see that, Dan.
Oh, sensational. Delaquila goes without it. Coming through the pack was Kilpatrick. Kicks it off the toe. It was Widmar. Teddy has a second go at it. Ball bounces free. Goes through Brain. Handball. Comes from Parker. They're away through Armitage. Armitage has a bounce. It's got a man further afield. Finds Pyle. They've put themselves under pressure. Fowler comes away with it. Shot on goal. It's going to fall across the face. Bounce is going to favour Pennant Hills, and Shepherd's going to come away with it through Goodall. Parker, disappointing kick. Carey helped him out, as did Hawkins by not taking the mark. Foot race comes.
Yeah, that was deliberate.
Wins that one.
Now that was deliberate. Surely that's going to be deliberate. No, we're being silly now. Surely that's where Pennant Hills are going to be susceptible. That quick, fast ball movement that the Giants were able to do then. Unfortunately, Armitage couldn't put the polish on the finish.
Free kick has come. It's been paid to Manly. Manly what a play on. Ball's going to come back. Benbow looked like he wanted to run with it. Washington, the recipient, against Ted Widmar.
You see there, Goodall's come off. Hawkins has gone and sat next to him on the bench.
Rewriting the rules.
Washington, strong mark from Fowler. He's calling the targets to come to him. Spearing pass finds Kilpatrick on his own.
Headband.
Kilpatrick rocking the headband. He's looking all like a Manly player. Straight off the board.
Headband.
Comes off the shin. Fowler applies the tackle. Numbers are plenty. Parker comes through Wales. Good smother applied. Giants, good attack on the football for Garland. And Schooler just pushes that one over the boundary line to settle things down for the Hills boys.
11.5 minutes played first term. It's 1-1 here at Blacktown.
Just on matchups, noticed also that Hare is running with Armitage. Going to be a tough job for him all day.
Henderson hits the pack hard. Pops it out in front. That was Johnston. He's dispossessed. Coming through Runga, Dairy-Wick-Rama. Gets it to Widmer beautifully. They go forward now. Who's the target up forward there? It's Crisfield. And can he turn on? He may have been held. The umpire didn't see it. And Crisfield just can't get the handle. And it goes over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary thrower next to the post. Pennant Hills end of the ground.
Really got to make that look much worse than he did then, Crisfield. There was a free kick waiting to be paid. He just had to throw the arms back, the head back, everything. Double somersault if you need it.
There's a little bit of a grab on the hand as well there towards the end, which could have been paid. Goes through hands again. It was for Garland amongst it, applies the tackle.
See again, Pennant Hills pushing up a long way. They're pressing up, trying to keep this ball in, trying to keep the pressure on the Giants.
Washington comes off the back of his head. Early Falcon for the ruckman.
Interesting to note also, Pyle looks like he's playing almost a tagging role on Kieran Wright. And we know how damaging Kieran Wright can be. You can just see Pyle looking back, making sure he's not getting away from him. It's one of those defensive tags you'd like to see.
Trying to wrestle it free. Hot on there was Wern applying the tackle.
See also there, it's Ben Irwin that's the free man across half-back. Now that Pyle's gone with Wright.
Pedersen getting back along with Robertson. Robertson gets it to the edge of 50. Good run coming through. Armitage gets the ball back from his teammate in Johnston. Forward they go. Benbow. Handball. Finds Robertson. Robertson, little spearing pass. Fowler up at centre half forward.
Someone closed the pen, the chook's out.
Fowler, disappointing. Picks up the man in the gap, and that was Kieran Wright.
That's twice he's been really hesitant on the ball, Fowler. His hands have been excellent. He just needs to use it a little bit when he gets it.
Well, Pennant Hills wouldn't be too upset seeing him taking marks across centre half forward. He can be so damaging closer to goal. As Brassel just runs this one out.
Well, they've had their battles throughout the year, Craig. It's Shepherd and Fowler. I think Shepherd's come off the best in the games that they've played. He hasn't been a dominant man in the last couple of games. Round one, where they sort of belted Pennant Hills, was a different case. He kicked 8.
Come out now, Manly Warringah in the arms of Stroud as Carey comes on for Pennant Hills. Stroud goes further down the line, coming across Parker strong. And they've got the numbers now. They just need to find the ball. Angel just couldn't pick it up and puts Parker under pressure as a result. And he's wrapped up in a tackle from Washington. The ball up, far side here of Blacktown.
It was the Giants in round 2. They were big winners, 90 points the margin. Back to 10-point winners to the Giants in round 12, and it was in the second semi. There was only 3 points in it, neck and neck all day. And the Giants came back in the last quarter to get the win. So nothing in it late, anybody's ball game, as the score attests to at the moment, 1-1.
Pedersen drives them in off the left boot, looking there for Fowler, couldn't quite get it to him. Lloyd Shepherd did well and just helped over the goal line there by Ben Irwin. And a minor score to the Giants.
Timely little nudge there from Shepherd. Nice little piece of body pressure. Just seeing here is just the Giants having trouble getting forward on that transition. They're winning a lot of ball out of the back line with their +1 and 2, but getting forward, they're being caught, obviously, with Pennant Hills as extras down there.
Target is a Dairy-Wick-Rama. He had to sit underneath it. Then a couple of Balmain bodies who come over the top. Thrown onto the boot there is Beckett. Numbers are with Pennant Hills. Uncontested mark taken by Benny Irwin. Actually, it was Cameron Smith. Far side of the ground, Dan Witt.
Yeah, so I was just saying, Dan, we see that quick, fast entry, but it's not helping the Giants because Pennant Hills got that many blokes back. They're just chopping off everything.
Wales gives it off to Dunn. Dunn with a scrubby kick going forward, looking there to get something through. Gets it back to Wales. Wales loads up, sees something he likes. Goes to Zickman, goes through him to Crisfield. Crisfield aimed there at Goodall, didn't quite reach him. And now they'll get it away, the Giants. Series of handballs and then some sort of invented kick that turns around and goes backwards and goes over the boundary line.
The natives are restless.
Not the right decision there from Jordan Weir.
That was a miss kick. Give him that one.
So boundary throw in, Washington. Hold front position. One down though by Widmer. Good all. Can't gather it. Sits up for Garland. Front position, the wrestler's there. There's Levi Brain. Over the back. They mop up. Armitage goes without it. Second chance will come for Smith. Now with Dunn. Pulled to the ground. Good intensity from these players. Weir gets another crack at it. This one's a bit better, but it's a 2-on-1. Fowler has a fly, but can't gather.
You need your eyes tested, Jen. That was 4-on-1.
4-on-1.
Again, that quick kick over the top, the extras that Pennant Hills have got pushed back. They've got to have a look at the way they're moving the ball here, Manly. They need to take a little bit more time over the footy.
Ball comes in. And there's plenty of players around here. Cam Smith goes in hard. Bottom of the pack there is Hawkins. They pile on. Wales on top. There'll be another throw. Don't underestimate the importance of Dunn coming back into this side for the Demons. He is one of their prime movers when it comes to just sorting the ball out as it comes out of their back line, and he's already showed he's doing that this afternoon. Nice little touch now, comes down to Parker. Parker's kick playing with the boundary line, gets there. Garland, I think it is, takes the mark. In fact, it's not, it's Pyle. And he's now being switched around. A little bit of patience in the crowd might go astray as Pyle pops it to the top of the square. Perfect looking kick. Plenty there, and now they pounce. Here's Armitage, tries to weave one through. Angel applies the tackle, it spills free. Smith in there, claims a high tackle, and it will be balled up right at the top of the square for the Manly Warringah Giants.
Play on quickly. Knock comes from Dickerson, wins it down for Manly. Fowler gives his opposition there in Shepherd a little bit of a nudge. So they'll reset again. Boundary throw in inside 50 here for Manly. Stepping through was Parker.
Well, get rid of that the conventional way.
Dickerson applies it. Tackled by Robertson. Free kick now will be paid, and it's coming back to Cameron Smith.
Could we have a goalless quarter, boys?
It's every possibility the way both teams are moving the footy, and they're playing the extras behind the ball, making it very difficult to get forward and score.
He's going to be the bravest and put someone forward. Ball comes down, looking for Zickman at the front of the pack. Couldn't quite get there. Goes over Dan Witt's head, and the ball goes out of bounds. We can see now Connor Pedersen coming back on, looking to come back on for the Giants. He can be so damaging around the ball. Could be a head count there if they really wanted to get technical. The red flag would be up in the AFL.
Widmer and Dickerson. Giants come away with it. Well done. Shepherd got in front, but a good punch from behind from Robertson. Taken over the boundary line by Irwin.
Parker needs to get the dukes out there. Surely a man of his experience understands he's got to get the hands out in front, take that in front of the eyes. Just seeing both sides being forced down the line, it's the team that's going to have the courage to go back inside and take this game on that I think is going to break it open.
Kilpatrick. Handball pops up, didn't sit well for Beckett. Free kick coming to Beckett. Just fell awkwardly there.
He was happy to just come up and wait for the throw in there, Dan. That's a bonus.
You got a win for that one. So Tom Beckett sends it, looking for Fowler. Good work, good all, getting in the hole there, punching it clear. Tackle applied. Robertson just gets one away now with Dunn, looking for the boundary line, and he gets it.
Very slow build-up for the Giants at the moment. They'll be a bit frustrated with this. They're so used to getting the ball out into open space and using their run and carry. And Pennant Hills have been able to shut that down so far.
Oh, didn't get caught. No, umpire says you did have enough time.
Yeah, correct decision.
Didn't get rid of the disposal well.
He just put his head down. He said, I'm going to take you on. It was a good tackle laid, and good call by the umpire.
Nobody knew who to go for that one. Not a lot of talking. Carey's the one who gets dumped on by Weir.
That's the same decision there. With Carey just ducking his head, trying to draw a free kick. Good calls from the umpires. I'm surprised that I'm saying that, but it's been very good.
Well, I've heard it all now. With a punch out of the ruck. Pedersen. Ball comes off the side of the boot. Straight up in the air. Widmer, there was a big crash. Kilpatrick into Dunn. Dunn a little bit sheepish when he gets up. Through the legs there of Parker. Dunn's going to have to do something with it. Kilpatrick wins again. Shepherd just gets enough time on it. These two, they're getting a little bit friendly on the sideline.
Again there we see Dunn looking to just go long down the line. If he's got his eyes up, he had Irwin in the middle and then a Paddock to run into. That's where we're going to see this game break open, I'm sure.
Maybe they did water the centre pitch during the break. Maybe just a little averse to getting mud on the boots at the moment, some of these boys. Free kick comes. Manly Warringah. It's going to go to Brain. 6 free kicks to 2 at the moment, and 4 in favour of Manly Warringah. But no real difference there. They just pile on. And there was Witt. The Dairywick Rama tries to get it out. Goodall gets it to Dunn. This is the sort of disposal I like to see. Goes to Carey at full stretch. Stops, gets up, goes forward again. They love that, the Pennant Hills Vocals. Goes forward to Crisfield. Plenty of numbers back here, though, for Manly Warringah. And Stroud mops up for them.
Is Matt Carey the mayor of Pennant Hills yet? Because they absolutely love him down there.
He's been kicked 100 in the under-18s. Dominant player. Came through as a 19-year-old at their club and has been sensational ever since. Oh, big bodies flying.
Cooks up a mean bacon and egg in the morning too, I'll tell you that, down there at Norwest Macca's. They go back inside now. Pennant Hills, an opportunity now for them. Thomas just couldn't find the handle. And Stroud, well, he's just the clean-up man at the moment. And goes out to Garland.
Bertha Garland hits the toe at Armitage, but he was close checked through the hands of Robertson. Comes back, second chance. Through the hands of Pyle. Forward ball, Armitage. He's run the whole length of the ground, and he's going to knock through the first goal of the day. Tyrone Armitage settles one for Manly.
And we see there just what we spoke about before the game. It's the guy that wants it the most. Tyrone Armitage started on half-back, got on the bike, kept going. Off the miss kick, we saw Lloyd Shepherd. He just sort of put the cue in the rack, said, this isn't going through. I'll just take my time. Here we see it, that miss kick there in the foreground. Lloyd Shepherd, he'd given up on it. And Tyrone Armitage, with the pace, picks the ball up, gets the good bounce, takes it on and slots it through. Wonderful goal for the Giants.
Maybe learn a bit of that run, bit of that follow-up from his time on the recruit this season.
Sure if Lossie's watching today.
No disrespect meant, but he must have picked it up quick.
Fair call, fair call. Maybe hard done by, but we won't talk about that today.
Just an old bloke who's jealous here up in the commentary box.
Free kick has been paid by umpire Kalasic.
Did Fox 8, obviously the recruit. You would have about 3 channels when you were growing up playing football, didn't you?
3, black and white TV.
Ray disposes of the ball. A little bit of trouble on the far side for Thomas. Turnover comes. Benbow to centre half forward. Oh, good last touch there by Shepherd. Shepherd continues to move it forward. Goodall cleans somebody up in the background. I'm not sure who it is, Mike.
I think he was collateral damage as Shepherd came spitting out of that pack.
Thomas and Dunn, edge of 50. Wales wraps up his opponent. Stroud over the top. Everyone's looking at the umpire. He says, let's just ball it up, boys, and reset.
I think a few of these guys are looking for the quarter-time break. Some of those disposals there coming through the middle very tired. Pennant Hills had a chance to get forward and put some pressure on, but a couple of missed kicks let them down.
Pedersen just whacks this one forward into the path of McDonald. Just a little fumble there, but they're away now, the Giants. Brain pops it through. We go through the centre. Look at the numbers streaming forward now. Kilpatrick. There's a player down. I reckon he's copped something there. As Kilpatrick kicks on the siren. And the siren will beat him. How's that quarter time? Might go back and have a look.
Just check the hill for a sniper. I think it was Brain who might have just got one in the old breadbasket on the Pennant Hills player. Still haven't picked up who it was.
Oh, yeah.
Nice little check as he was running past.
Just a little one there.
Nothing in that.
Umpire was right there too.
I told you I'm an old footballer.
So we go to the quarter-time break. It's fairly uneventful in terms of scoring, but an exciting game to watch nonetheless, as the margin is 7 points at quarter-time in favour of Manly Warringah. Just the one goal scorer, that was Tyrone Armitage late in the quarter. And in looking at the other stats, well, the centre clearances were Pennant Hills led that. Pretty much even inside 50s, 10-7 in favour of Manly. And the free kick count is even as well. We'll take a break here. It's Premier Division Grand Final here at Blacktown International Sports Park. Manly Warringah, they lead by 7. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with all the action from the second quarter. All in readiness here for the second term. It's a quarter that really only reaped one goal. And what will the second term offer? Underway here at Blacktown. Just talking in the break, probably a good quarter for Pennant Hills. They stemmed the scoring from Manly Warringah and some of the run, but the key is going to be maintaining it throughout the rest of the afternoon.
One down by Dickerson. Umpire calls it back. James Brain, free kick. Go to Pennant Hills.
Yeah, I think Coach Yard would be pretty happy with Pennant Hills' first quarter, being able to stem that flow. But they've just got to, as I say, maintain that. Both sides have been happy to run players behind the ball as it goes inside 50 again for the Demons. I was going to say, surely that's a free kick as Edwick Rama just charged into the back of Dickerson.
So Dickerson on defensive 50. Sends it up the far wing. Falls nicely for Brain. Brain, handball over the top, and they're away here, the Giants.
This is the run.
Onto the edge of 50. Here's the shot on goal. It's disappointing, though. It's rolled off to the right.
I think the league better send these balls back at half-time. There's something wrong with them. They're not spinning properly. I don't know whether there's enough air in them or not, but all players are having trouble. It's definitely not the skill level of the players. It's got to be the footballs.
Yellow footballs. It's not night time yet.
Oh, that's what it is. They don't know what to do in this sunlight. As I said, both teams are happy to drop players behind the ball, but that's the one thing Pennant Hills have got to be aware of, as we see another beautiful drop punt coming out from fullback. Just got to be careful that they don't let the Giants break free. When they run, that's when they're most comfortable.
Good all the target.
Which way is this going to go?
Wow.
Wow.
Well, Robertson just didn't have eyes for the ball. I think Goodall said, "Oh, fine.
I'm not sure.
Have eyes for this."
I'm not sure either of them had eyes for the ball.
Well, the fill-in medalist, he is a hard nut, and he made sure that the no-look Robinson was going to find out all about how he plays football at that point.
I'm not sure how you mark the ball with your arm at that angle. Here it is. We see here Goodall watching the ball and just taking Robinson's head off. And then receive the free kick. So well done, Goodall. Great play.
When you're the fill-in medalist, you get a couple of extra ones throughout the game, I'm sure. Bouncing ball just sits up, misses Wern, Wales and Thagala, Benbow.
Just pick a name, any name.
Anyone. There's a few out there.
Boundary throw in now.
They're all within 100 anyway, aren't they?
Oh, that's right. They're close
one down by
it's only their mum, their girlfriend and their friends that are going to know you got it wrong.
I'll just keep ploughing on. Pedersen gets it off the deck. Out in front there of Fowler. They've got plenty of numbers now going forward. This is Brain. Getting back there, Parker dispossessed. Could have been illegally, and the umpires agrees. And Parker will get the kick at centre-half back for the Demons. Just pops it over, finds Smith. He's obliged a little bit. I did request him to have a bit of a haircut last week. Looks like he's trimmed.
Anthony Robertson in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, I think he might have rolled the left ankle. He was on his haunches in the centre of the ground. Good mark there by Dickerson. Coming off the ground now is Robertson. Carey cuts that one off.
Jeez, they go up when Carey touches it, don't they?
Told you they love him. He's going to be mayor someday.
Carey, Adir Wikarama front position.
Goal.
Gets it on the left boot. How's it going to sit? Just going to squeeze in for the point. He went early there.
Down.
I just think that the ball movement can carry a little bit quicker. Would have got there, and Pennant also had players
good job
in space. Wikarama, excellent attack on the footy. Gets rid of it, drops it out the back as the Giants relieve the pressure.
For Garland, plays on. Got a target in Armitage. Armitage wrestled well against Hare. Parker, Armitage, and Parker will go at it again. Armitage finds his feet, attacks the footy. Handball comes through. Here's trouble for Pennant Hills. And can they finally slot one? Yes, they have. Manly get their second.
Tremendous finish from the Giants. Armitage's ability to hold his feet in that contest was sensational, and that's what got them out into space. Hare's done a pretty good job on him so far, but we saw there Hare went to ground, Armitage up and away, gets the bounce, one running bounce, handball over the top, the next one comes out, and this one from the boundary line. What can you say? Beautiful.
Straight over the umpire's head, and they get out to a 14-point margin. Pennant Hills yet to kick a goal. We're 5 minutes into the second quarter.
Just starting to see the Giants get on the outside a little bit, and Coach Yard to be a little bit concerned about that.
One hopes he's got a plan B, because plan A worked for a little while, but it looks like now there's a little bit opening up as Armitage leads the race here. Hare, just to give him a couple of metres, dishes off. This is good from the Giants. Look at this, into Kilpatrick, takes the mark, will go back and have a shot. And the crack's starting to appear.
This could be a masterstroke from the Coach of the Year, Lee Brain. Armitage has been tagged out of the game through the middle of the ground. Now shifted him forward. He's been involved in everything, and the Giants have got another shot on goal.
Yeah, Lachlan Kilpatrick's kicked 12 this year. Named in the Sydney Team of the Year on the wing.
What do you think the reaction was when the coach came out to Tyron Armitage and said, just go forward? Loves kicking a goal, does Ty.
Oh, he's already celebrating as Kilpatrick. So Lachlan Kilpatrick kicks his first for the afternoon. Number 3 for the Giants.
So it's only a couple of goals, but I think it's almost time for the Pennant Hills Demons to go to whatever plan B is, because at the moment, a couple of centre breaks this quarter. We see the Giants. I keep trying to say Wolves. Bad habits are hard to break. They've won the centre clearances this quarter. Their inside 50s are ahead of the Demons as well. And what's more important is they're starting to put scores on the board and opening up a little bit of a break.
3-3-21 to the solitary behind for Pennant Hills. Dickerson wins it down. Pedersen throws it on the boot. Back in to cut that one off, Pennant Hills.
Don't take anything away from the role that Tom Pyle is playing on Kieran Wright in their defensive half, or defensive for the Pennant Hills Demons. Had no impact on this game whatsoever so far. Brain goes forward now, and just as you say that, pushes back. In there is Lloyd Shepherd. Parker as well at ground level. Holding him up is Fowler. Umpire will have a close look and come in and ball it up.
Again, we see the Giants moving the ball off the line, getting it back through the middle of the ground.
One down by Manly. Armitage. Good tackle applied by Kilpatrick.
It's Fowler doing the ruck work on that contest. Just pushed it back into the corridor. To try and do the same thing again.
Second man up there was Irwin. Wales. Kicks outside a defensive 50. Ball bounces nicely, but he was wrapped up there. Tim Schooler. Free kicks coming back. Looks like it was high. He's looking for an option now is Schooler.
Got Angel through the middle if he wants to go to him.
Decides for Dunn. Not the right option there, but it sits up okay for a second. Now the Giants will go forward, and they'll go forward through a Brain. So Levi Brain, short one, looking for Fowler. Fowler, strong hands. He got enough of it, says the umpire. Shepherd asking the question.
He's asking the question, 1 out of interest and 2 out of frustration.
I'm not sure what answer he expected. He only had both his hands in the middle of his back, but anyhow.
Dewey Grama down here on the bench, boys. He's one player they can't afford to be spending too much time on the pine, especially at where the game is at the moment.
Well, he was named AFL Sydney Team of the Year in the forward pocket, the Dewey Grama. So you expect him to spend a little bit more time resting in the forward line. So Fowler, shot on goal, floats across the front. So still hasn't been able to get one through this afternoon as Braden Fowler, like we said, 81 in the regular season. Number 1 goal kicker in AFL Sydney, Premier Division. Get one in the back there. Yes, he did. Free kick going to Callum Johnston.
Johnston now to drive them inside. Goes to the top of the square. Who's there for the Giants? It was Goodall who tried to take chest mark. Coming away is Smith. Quickly wrapped up, going through Wales. Good dish out there to Dunn. Puts on the afterburners. Now a nice slow kick going forward. Does his teammate in Thomas no favours, and it comes back. Wales takes the mark though. Off half back. This time guys decide to go short to Dunn. It was a 1-on-3 contest, and he's lucky to come away with the free kick there. Not sure about the option to go to him. See Goodall walking through the middle there. Can't afford that at this part of the game. There's the Demons trying to find an avenue to goal. Adiri Wikrama, the crowd is calling for him to get it. And he does. Enough noise from the bleachers. Adiri Wikrama takes possession.
Spend some time down at Geelong. And there comes away now with Smith. He loads up. Fly from behind, couldn't control it. Manly have numbers back. Now going to settle it. And they run through Weir. Weir dishes off a little one. So the Giants just relieving some pressure now. Levi Brain sends it up the wing. Ball falls for Goodall. Now for Garland. Johnston.
Working at will at the moment.
They're just getting plenty of numbers to the ball. How's this one going to fall? Over the back. Armitage loses his footing. Getting it over the boundary line there was Angel relieving the pressure for Pennant Hills.
Boys, we're seeing a real difference in the speed of the ball movement at the moment. Manly wanting to use it really quickly. Pennant Hills, when it opens up, they're slowing the play down when it probably needs to be going a little bit quicker.
Oh, class there from Fowler. Wins the ruck down. Drops the boot on it and just knocks it through the big sticks. Not the way the big fella normally gets his goals, but that'll do.
You think he's happy?
I'm not sure he enjoyed that goal.
You never know when it's going to be your last, boys. You got to celebrate everyone you get.
It was a great goal, and probably maybe today that's the way he's going to get his goals, because set shots has been a little bit off target. Over this, taps it down to himself, takes it off the pack, throws it on the boot, up it goes, through it goes. Goal umpire doesn't move, and then a little bit of the hippie shake.
Well, last couple of games he's been well held against Pennant Hills by Shepherd. Only 2 goals back in round 12. Only managed to get 1 on the board in the second semi. But mind you, the second semi, it was a missed opportunities for Manly that made it so close. They kicked 3 goals, 15-33 to be 3-point winners.
Once again, the Giants go forward. Angel gets away with that one, goes back to Crisfield. Looks like they've put a player behind the ball in Aaron Crisfield. Been playing up forward quite a bit last couple of weeks. Witt tries to speculate her inside, doesn't come off. Good work there at ground level from Johnston. He butters up again, gets a second effort. Crisfield, they're calling for ball. They just need to get some clean football at the moment. Delaquila, oh, he could be out.
That was a terrible head
tough.
flash.
And the Giants push it forward. And it's sharked away again. Have a look at this, boys, coming back. And Kieran Wright just leaves to see that over the boundary line.
Delaquila is in all sorts of trouble. He's on his haunches here on the half-back flank. This is massive. Both players really committed to the ball.
Here it is.
Oh, right on the top of his head.
Jeez.
That will rattle the bones, that's for sure.
Well, Hawkins has come off okay, as the question is asked. Delaquila, he's still getting his head together out there, which is understandable. But he sent the physio, the doctor, away. And just a kick behind play at the moment. There's plenty of bodies around the ball. No one in attacking half for Pennant Hills.
Make it hard to score.
They go forward through Brazel. The fly came from Brain. Oh, and he's going to set it up. They tried to get rid of it, and Michael Atkinson was sitting in the right spot, and he'll have his shot on goal for Manly.
Starting to see the pressure on the ball, the tackle pressure, the perceived pressure starting to pay effects for the Giants. They have been relentless on this footy, giving the Demons no time whatsoever. The quick kicks coming out. They've got all the exits locked up, and this has resulted in another shot on goal.
Levi Brain, the man with the football, not Michael Atkinson. So Levi Brain, 13 goals this year. Can he knock this one through from 45? Well, it's not the prettiest of kicks, and it falls short.
Not the prettiest of kicks, it's downright ugly.
Hang on, what's happening here? The umpire's calling a ball up here. I'm not sure why.
It was an ugly kick. He said there's no way that could not have been touched. To
Doesn't
spin
deserve
like
a
that.
mark no matter who
You can't
took it.
mark that. Oh no, Frank's come in. Thank you, Frank.
Settle it
Sanity has
down.
prevailed. The old man of football in Sydney, Frank Kalajic, sorts it all out.
Kalasic.
No, he knows it all.
He knows Scott always calls him wrong.
He'd be upset if I got it right.
Wales gets the free kick for Pennant Hills now. No, but
it's going
further
the
down
other
the
way.
field, it's going to be turned around to be Washington. Oh dear.
Well, it's all starting to happen in the favour of the Giants. Washington, he loads up. Shepherd front position.
Oh, this could roll.
Ball just rolls to the right of the post. Well, we're talking about the umpires. Congratulations to today's umpires. Carl Fletcher, Frank Kalasic and Aidan Kittle as the field. Matthew Hodgson, Fari Ozturk and Ben Russell, and Oliver Beecroft, Alec Chisholm, and Jackson Stokes the emergency. We'll see if he gets a bit involved later on.
He's already been out there a couple of times. He's up off the chair. He's quick off the chair. Watch it. Keep an eye on him.
Got to be a jack in the box if you're an emergency.
Kilpatrick with the ball for the Giants. They just pepper the forward line. This one's just going to go over the boundary. It's a bit like one of those PlayStation games, guys, when you're playing. You're stuck behind a rock, put your head out. They just keep hammering you and hammering you and hammering you. And the Giants are doing that right now.
We look at the inside 50 numbers. It's 9-3 this quarter and 19-10 for the game. They have just been relentless.
Just massive numbers back for Pennant Hills, which is why they're finding it so tough when they do actually get the ball to be able to clear. They get a clearance outside of 50, and Manly, they're just sending it straight back again to where it came. Fowler pushes one off. Wrestling it free was Carey, but he gets grabbed by Pedersen.
It's a real case. You're going to get that many blokes back. You've got to run the ball out. You cannot quick kick it, because the quick kick's going to come back faster than it came at you. So they've got to use the numbers there, link the hand passes together and get out quick.
Pedersen, he was a handball off play. Sits up nicely for Brain. Brain kicks a nice one. That's James.
That was just too easy. Lack of talk from the two Pennant Hills players that were there. Again, we saw that quick kick, trying to get it out. Ball bounces straight back in. Easy kick to a 2-on-1. This needs to be talked better. No one went the ball except for the Giants player in Thurgoland. And Brain down the front, thank you very much. Thank your mother for the rabbits. That's as easy as it comes.
Well, we might have to get on side of Pyle here. He's the one that knocked that down. He's been very good for the Giants. Our mate Goma, he could be on for best on ground after this first half.
Back in the middle. You
Tick
got
that
me.
box.
Dickerson.
Keep you on your toes, Craig.
Question if any of the players out there actually know what the reference is.
Probably not.
Frankie certainly does as he
Almost.
throws it in the air. Dickerson again. And Derriwick Rama in there trying to put some energy into it for the Pennant Hills Demons. And there's a free kick off the play. It's going to go to the Demons. And Derriwick Rama, he wants to just wait a while, then go. But Carl Fletcher there nearly tripped himself over, giving the signal for contact below the leg, below the knees. They go inside 50 for a rare occasion. Delaquila, he's shaking off the butterflies and everything else that's floating around his head. And sees it over the boundary line.
To get up after that, I think he must be made of rock, mate. I tell you what, that was a massive head clash, and both of them are up and about. And speaking of the other young man involved, Jack Hawkins, he's looking to come back on at the moment. So as the clearing kick comes to centre wing, numbers getting back for Pennant Hills. Done. Short pass finds Swigmar just didn't hit the ground, I think. Give him the benefit of the doubt, says the umpire.
There's a 50-metre penalty here, I think. No, there's something forward.
Against Jordan Weir.
Going to go to Carey.
Frank Kalazach, he found a free kick off the ball down forward. It was a holding free kick. I think there might be 50 involved here now as well.
No, I think what's happened here is that Carl was paying a 50-metre penalty in the middle. The infringement was 25 off the ball. So Carl said, no, my penalty's bigger than yours. And it's now a kick for Pennant Hills from about 25 out. If you didn't see that.
It's a comedy of errors at the moment. There's a lot of confusion. The result is going to be Matt Carey kicking from about 35 metres out from goal. And what a result.
Yeah, no. Matt Carey was still confused. And Carl's come in with his bigger free kick. He's going to pay another one. There's the second one for Remonstrate and another 50 metres. So Carl's definitely is bigger.
Well, I'm not sure what to say.
I know what I want to say.
Here in the middle.
I know what I want to say, but the last time I said it, we were severely reprimanded. So this could be what Pennant Hills needs. A little bit of turmoil. There we go. There's the jack in the box.
There was a goal. There was a goal. Carey's finally put it through.
Wait a minute. Hold on. There could be another free kick. Just cool your jets. All right. So as I said, this could be exactly what Pennant Hills needs. A little bit of turmoil, a little bit of confusion amongst the Giants players.
I think the only bloke who knew what was going on out there was Delaquila.
Because he's in Disneyland. He's in Disneyland at the moment. He's making complete sense.
How good's this ride?
Good to see Jackson Stokes getting involved. Emergency up and about.
See how quick he got off the swing.
So they're there for keep control when things start to get a little bit loose on ground. Well, game on. Marching back to 24. Goal to Carey. Their first of the day. As pressure was just slowly mounting on them to put some scoreboard pressure on. It looks like they got a little bit of help.
A little bit.
Delaquila in there for the Pennant Hills as we resume normal transmission. Goodall goes inside 50. It's sharked away. The Giants have got the numbers and the pace. Have a look at this. 3 bounces and throws it on the boot. Perfect work going forward from Brassel. Crisfield back there, though, for the Demons. Could have been a free kick. Umpire sets one play. Angel picks it up. Hasn't had a lot of it this afternoon. Goes forward. I think the intended target was Carey. Went over his head. Schooler gets it to Carey. Steps inside. Works to work back on the left boot. Does so now. And then delivers it inside. Looking for Zickman. Want to see some more out of him as well. Good all in there as well. High contact. It will go towards Manly Warringah.
That'll be the big ruckman for Manly. He'll send it straight back from where it came, and he'll send it straight down the throat there of his opponent, Sam Widmer. Little palm off to Crisfield. Finds Thomas.
She's better by Pennant Hills.
They get the lead. It's the target. Tim Schooler. Big boy Schooler probably needs to get himself a little bit more involved. Fall of the ball. There were plenty of numbers from Manly, but Zickman comes across the top.
Not a massively impressive effort from Dickerson there, the big fella. Didn't quite get off the ground. But, yeah, we are seeing Pennant Hills use the ball a bit better. They're moving a little bit quicker, which is helping them going forward. This goal's going to be important in the context of the match, that's for sure.
Zickman's approach is poor, and he pushes that one to the right. 48 goals for the season, Zickman, and he hasn't added to that today. So disappointing, couple of poor shots in front of goal. As Craig was just alluding to, 5-5-35 to 1-4-10. 25 the margin.
Manly Warringah now out of defence, going down the far side. The ball goes a long way, and it's not out of bounds because he played on out of the square, umpire.
Oh, please.
No, and here we go again.
Carl coming up. Mine's bigger than yours. Throw in.
Well, his is correct.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I mean, you just got to get these things right. This is the grand final.
I appreciate, you know, the boundary umpire might have thought he kicked it 95 metres, but he played on out of the square, sir.
It's one of those special yellow footballs.
Boundary throw in.
I think everyone needs a rest.
Widmer wins it down. Boundary line's going to win this one out again. Bouncing football.
Just a little bit excited. It's the 25-minute mark and the margin's 25 points. For all those numerologists out there.
Very, very good. Ticking off the big ones today, boys. Boundary throw in again, far side of the ground. Kilpatrick dishes it off to Robertson.
Can't afford a goal here, Demons.
Robertson, fly was Fowler. Ready for the response was McDonald. Sends it backwards to Brain. Poor kick though, only sends it to Shepherd.
Shepherd's got Thomas out here on a long lead. He's not going to go to him, too dangerous.
That ball needed to break quick with the boys running into space. Now they're going to go straight back to down the line where the numbers are. They'll be lucky to get this out.
Irwin with the ball. Goes further afield. Looking in that case for Wales. Grabs it and run.
That's how much I know.
Widmer now in possession. Just want to settle down. I don't think he's got the time to settle. Get it in there quickly. Zickman at the back. Falls for Deary Wickrama. He loves these at Deary Wickrama. Around the corner and getting back. The Giants' defence stands tall. And they relieve the pressure. Now here to Parker.
Parker finds Armitage. Armitage happy to play on. Handball over the top to Robertson. Robertson gets a little bit of a nudge from Angel. It was Parker over the back. Ball dispersed. Boundary line creeping in. Crisfield keeps it there. Adir Wickrama gets tackled heavily by Fowler. The ball still doesn't want to go over. And just helping it over the line there was Hare.
Oh, it's good. That Goodall and Armitage
happened.
finally met there. They didn't meet on Field and Medal night. Armitage wasn't there to give the medal over. Just letting him know there. And he's just gone in. That is crude from Armitage.
Yeah.
In fact, it's not Armitage.
It's been given the kick there.
It's
James Brain. Tell you what, in back play is Braden Fowler on his haunches. He's been there for about 60 seconds, looking unwell. I think he may have just had the wind knocked out of him. Adir Wickrama, floating handball. It was McDonald that came out on top. In and tight, Kilpatrick tackled by Crisfield. Well, the crowd are starting to get a little bit edgy down there. says the effects, Mike.
Either way, Kilpatrick ends up with it. I'm not sure about the free kick, though.
I tend to agree with the first one to Brain. The Pennant Hills player just drove his head into his legs. I'm not sure what Brain was supposed to do. I'm not sure it was a free kick for holding the ball, but it definitely wasn't high.
Right on the halftime siren, Lachlan Kilpatrick loads up. Ball's drifting left, though. Good distance on the kick. Accuracy not to be seen. So just the behind will finish us off at 5-6, 36. Pennant Hills 1-4-10. 26 points the margin in an entertaining and somewhat indifferent second quarter of football. Maybe the best way to put it, gentlemen.
It certainly was. It was one that threatened to really open up. Manly Warringah took the game by the horns, and Pennant Hills really had no answers there for a short period of time. And in the end, they were able to just stem a bit of the scoring, but the margin still stands at 26 points at half-time.
We were talking about Pennant Hills' ability to maintain that pressure on the football. There's that 10-minute period at the start of the quarter where they just let the Giants off the chain. They kicked a couple of goals, got their inside 50 numbers up, and that's been the difference. They're able to get it back on track at the end of that quarter and put some points on the board themselves. And I think if they can start to move the ball a little bit quicker, open up and use some of the space, they've definitely got the weapons out there to put some pressure on this Giants side. But it's going to need a change from their coach and some hard work in this second half.
26-point the margin here at Blacktown International Sports Park. It's half-time in this, the 2014 AFL Sydney Premier Division Grand Final. We'll take a short break here. We'll be back shortly for all the second half action. It's the Manly Warringah Giants by 26 points. Well, it would have been an interesting half-time break in either of the rooms. Manly Warringah, they just want to keep up at what they're doing. Pennant Hills looking for the answer. So we start the third term. It's Dan Johnson.
One down by Widmar. Bodies are flying already. Goodall off his haunches, gets back. Ball falls nicely for him. Out in front, good chase here. Dear Wikarama. I think it just came up off the toe there, unfortunately for him, and out of bounds on the full.
Carl's got other ideas.
Yeah, no. Free kick paid.
You reckon there was some interesting talk coming out of both the teams' change rooms? You should have heard the talk coming out of the umpire's change room. It was not pretty. I expect an improvement this quarter.
So David Stroud was the man chasing. He loads up. Centre wing. Parker, punch from behind. Pedersen. Oh, Kieran Wright just froze it on the boot. Another good punch comes from Dixon. So Dickerson there, good punch, finds a boundary line, just settle things down. Boundary throw in, Shepherd, Dickerson. Shepherd gets a little bit of a punch on it. Attacking the football was Smith. Bottom of the pack, Pedersen wraps up Smith. So
there's a sleeper hold applied there.
Hawkins had a hand on him. Anyway, Smith goes forward. Kick was a little bit disappointing to Schooler, and it was good work there with Brazel getting into front position and spoiling.
Hawkins is wearing Goodall like the proverbial glove at the moment. Doing a wonderful job. Widmer brings this one down for Pennant Hills. Stacks on again. Goodall at the bottom of it. And in there as well as Benbow. Apparently been calling him the wrong way all year. Thanks to Frank Kolasic for pointing that out to me. Comes down. Goodall trying to weave a way through. And he gets a contact above the shoulders. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal.
Definitely a free kick there. There's no way he took on 7 blokes.
Ducked his head.
Didn't duck his head at all. Just, I don't know what the blow-up's about.
So Goodall, he'll have to give this one a fair roost. He'll kick from outside 50. 14 goals in the year, looking for his first this afternoon. Let's rip, but it's just going to continue to float left and just scrape inside the point post.
Just the 1 goal, 5 for the game so far, Pennant Hills. And a lot of those were very gettable shots on goal. And Parker, he just wanted to get involved. Didn't really look where the football was. Now Angel tracking it back and over the boundary line.
The wonderful block there from Parker just allowed his man to almost take an uncontested mark. It was really good.
It was the opposition.
The pressure from Pennant Hill's been better at the start of this quarter than it was at the second, so Coach Yard will be happy with that. As I say that, oh no, Smith, great tackle from Smith. That was solid. Should have been rewarded. Is that Benbow?
That's it. Gareth.
Benbow.
I think that's how you pronounce Gareth.
Goes to the centre corridor, and they're away, the Giants.
Wonderful work.
Plays on, gets it on the left. How's it going to bounce? I don't think it's going to go to the right, left, and over the boundary line there in front of Parker.
If we get a look at this replay, you should have seen the block applied by the umpire there. It was special. Got right in the middle of everything. No, it was a little bit before that, unfortunately, but the hands from Armitage, excellent. Here we go, have another look. Out it comes. There he is in there. Oh, no, he just missed it off camera, but trust me, it was perfect.
Well, boys in the truck working hard to work out what you're talking about.
Done.
Meanwhile,
bouncing ball through the legs. Stroud mops up.
Just a young bloke trying the best.
Looking for Benbow, couldn't find him. Sends it straight down the throat of Witt. Witt has Crisfield and finds him. Crisfield goes long. Oh, big up end by Delaquila, but it didn't help. He put the big shepherd on Stroud, but it's a Bunkle that's going to run that away to the far side of the ground and find Pedersen.
Pedersen now on the right boot. Goes further down the line. Finds Weir. Done right there with him as well. They've set up well now, Pennant Hills. The force, they can come lateral if they want to. Decide to go through the middle. Dangerous kick and good old swoops. Now Pennant Hills need the run. Gets it back. This is Angel. Straightens up. Just pops it on the top of the head. Could have been holding there. Just off there. Zickman puts some energy into it. Handballs it through. Schooler, but coming away. And the Giants get it through. Though Ritmer stands tall. Drives it back inside 50. Aiming for Ray at the back of the pack. And the Giants, look at them. They hunt in numbers. And they're away.
Stroud runs it out of defence. He's putting it out here in front of Hawkins. Hawkins gets buried by Smith. And Smith has fired up. He's trying to lift his team. But he's gotten a little bit carried away there, and he's dumped Hawkins and got him in the back. So the free kick will come.
Good pressure from Smith, but unfortunately he thought he was on the work side again. Apparently he's a backhoe driver during the week. But got a little bit confused there. That was good pressure, but just a little over-exuberant.
But finally the ball makes its way back to Hawkins. Been doing the job on Goodall this afternoon. Everyone just stands around and watches that one.
Yours.
Washington comes through and snaffles it up. Fowler. There's a good job there, defending nicely with Shepherd. Widmer misses a lot. Frank says you had a prior, and the free kick will come back to Kilpatrick.
Surely
He's got Brain there on his own. No, he's going to leave him there on his own.
On his previous attempt, this is well within his range. I thought Frank could have cut Vidmar a little bit of slack there. He is a ruckman after all.
Kilpatrick steps over the paint. On its way. It's just holding its line. Fades late. And to the right. 5 goals, 7 now. The margin, 26 points in favour of the Giants.
Keeping Pennant Hills in this with inaccurate kicking. But it's adding to the spectacle.
The crowd starting to get up and about down the Manly half. The Vazula up and about. As Delaquila lobs it long to the edge of 50. Front position and well played was Bunkle. Bunkle, the small backman, doing a good job. Cleared up on the last few inside 50s. Wern couldn't control it. Witt trying to get rid of the handball. Tunnel ball the winner on that occasion. McDonald. They've lopped it up here. Pennant Hill's got a chance, but they've kicked it straight down the throat. Man on his own was Benbow.
Benbow comes wider still, finds Pedersen. Got the hard running lead coming in the form of Brain. Ignores that. Wants to go longer. Underneath this, sets himself and takes a good mark, Brassel. And Wills Brassel
ran hard in the space, took a good mark. It was excellent work from Brassel.
Getting back his kick, though, handed off to Pedersen. Pedersen drives them forward, coming through. Almost a mark taken by Thomas from the Demons. Angel out into space. Dunn will run onto it. Will it stay in? No, it won't.
Boundary throw in, centre wing. 26 points of margin. 5-7-37 to Manly Warringah Giants. Pennant Hills 1-5-11. Ball sits up for Dunn. Gets a handball away. Caught high, possibly was hair. Around the throat went Robinson. Well, Armitage knocked down. Parker knocked down. Armitage at the bottom of the pack.
Play on.
I'm not sure that tackle would have been legal in the octagon on hair, but apparently it's okay in Sydney footy. Look, the umpires have been good today, don't get me wrong, but there's a couple. They've just got to take control because this could explode at any stage this game.
The kick out of the air from Armitage.
This could be...
Sets up Robinson. The fly from Fowler. Bit of Pele action right in front of us.
And he's just signalled up to the box. He wants that centre, Vossi. Here we go. Have a look at this. He says, Vossi, how could you cut me? Look at the skills I've got. Here it is. Pele over the back. Centimetre perfect.
Oh, pretty to watch. Good catch by Levi Brain as well. Anticipated that one. Good all, mops up.
Saw that down at Weldon during the week. It was one of the training drills they were working on. Involved 34 witches' hats.
Yes, the kick comes from Shepherd. Crisfield over the head, Weir. Wales comes away with a football. It's a one-on-one situation. Over the back and well judged.
Zickman, fantastic.
Zickman, sensational mark.
I like Bunkle's optimism there. He was trying to say, I got that.
That was a massive amount of optimism from Bunkle.
That's the first time they've moved the ball quickly in their forward line, Pennant Hills. And we see here a one-on-one. Zickman, perfect position. The kick was beautiful. He lines it up, wanders in, knocks it in over the goal umpire's hat. And look out, the Demons are on a roll.
They've got their second.
It's a low-scoring game. It's the type of play I've been calling for from the Demons all day. And look at how it's gone. That quick ball movement through the middle, quick hand pass on the inside. Nice kick, long kick to advantage for a one-on-one contest. What have we got? We've got a goal. Margin's back to 20 points, and they're well and truly on top at the moment.
Wait for the ball up, centre of the ground. Zickman's first. Goals to Zickman and Carey. On the other side, Kilpatrick, Armitage, Brain. Delaquila does nicely. Good tackle applied by Kilpatrick. Smith gets one away. Goodall tries to wrestle himself free. Pedersen does the same. Smith is hard at it. Wraps up the man. Kilpatrick there, so we get a good shot. Kilpatrick's come straight off the board this afternoon. He's got the zinc green on, the headband ready, and he's playing sensational football. Done. Handballs to Wales. Wales starting to get a little bit more involved in this. Crisfield juggles it over the boundary line.
Yeah, no, good decision, umpire.
It's the right decision, boundary umpire.
Wales is the one they've got to get the ball to. He's the man who's using it the best. His delivery's been decisive, and he's been making good decisions.
Over the head of the ruckman. Ball sits up for Weir.
2-on-1 here, Carey.
Bangs it on the booch. Armitage lets him know about it. Oh, the big fly sits nicely. Pennant Hills will get another shot on goal, and it'll come through Stephen Ray.
See again, Carey attacking the ball, moving it on quickly, getting that ball in there to one-on-ones. And a big, strong mark taken by Ray. Inside 50s this quarter already, 7-3. So we're seeing the Demons being able to move the ball through. There it is, those strong hands from Ray. Now he lines up for another shot at goal.
Needs to kick this one, Stephen Ray. Pulls it to the left, disappointing once again. So named as half forward on the AFL Sydney Team of the Year. He'd be disappointed with that effort. He's been a little bit quiet today. Angel over the back. They bring it to ground. Widmar throws it on the boot. Out in front of Witt. Bouncing ball. Brain. That being James Brain.
Photo opportunity here.
The boys up on the hill. Somebody's got his record. Just working out who he should be abusing.
Likes to personalise his abuse.
Dedication. We like it.
The footy off him.
So ball up inside, attacking 50 for Pennant Hills. Pop the handball over. Wales. Handballs to Widmar. Goes without it. Dunn ducks and weaves. Puts it on the right boot. Smothered. Didn't have enough room to get away with that one. Adir Wickrama tries to bustle his way through. Can't do it. Now the fast break. Armitage dumps it on the toe. Can he get this one back? It ricocheted off a few Pennant Hills Demons. Armitage, good tackle, pulls the ball in. Got to say that's a bit of a win there for the Giants.
And now in their forward half, Manly Warringah. Pennant Hills are coming. And look at this, they just work in waves. If one misses, the other one gets it. Now Brain inside, looked at the player there in Pyle. Just couldn't get the delivery. Kieran Wright overruns it. Braden is there. Braden Fowler. And eventually it goes over the boundary line.
Shepherd, that last line of defence once again. Holds steady for the Demons. Boundary throw in, attacking half for
Fowler.
the Giants. Fowler thought it might have been a nice big push in the back there, but gets a shot on goal, but just the behind.
15 minutes played, third term. Giants by 20.
As the sing comes from the Manly half of the crowd. Good punch over the top from Stroud. He continues to run his way through the pack. Adir Wickrama, he's going to clear it. He's got Shepherd on his own. Shepherd lets the ball bounce. He's now hot with Hawkins. 3-on-1 situation coming his way. Pulled in by Hawkins. Then it's for Garland. Goodall couldn't get a clear kick out of Dunn. Fights his way out. Little handball to himself. Stephen Ray takes it over the boundary line. It's a hot football.
There's some excellent pressure there from Jennifer Hott with Hawkins. His chase on the footy was excellent. Shepherd just waiting for it to come to him. Could have done a little bit better, but the Demons will be happy to have it outside their defensive 50.
Goes straight back to the boundary line. Dunn asked the question. I'm not sure what the answer is. In fact, I didn't even really know what the question was. As we line up and do it all again. 16 minutes played, third term. Widmer and Dickinson go at it again. Bottom of the pack, Angel trying to burrow his way through. Nothing coming there. The umpire comes back in. Throws it in the air. They do it all again. Comes down. Once again, Angel at the bottom of the pack. And status quo. Start it again.
Washington and Widmar through the pack. Going Brain, Pedersen, handballs. Oh, gets a little bit in the back there from Johnston on Harry Angel. Plays on, finds the other Angel on the field in Tom. Weir does well to contest it. Widmar trying to wrestle himself free, can't break it. Washington bangs it on the boot. It's an up and under. Position gets back, and Cameron Smith once again.
Oh, it's a free kick. The Demons.
That's the new signal from Mark. Oh,
No, it's been given away. It'll be Jesse Hare. Oh, a lot of holding going on there, but Witt can't get a free kick. Hawkins hanging off him like a cheap suit. Not sure why there wasn't a free kick coming, but anyway, it's been an unusual day to say the least.
Demons still playing a loose man in defence. And then not Kieran Wright, which is interesting. Pyle did a very good job to keep him very quiet this afternoon. As they now break the Giants. Come to this near side. 2-on-2 contest. Beautiful work from Fowler. Long way out of his comfort zone. Drives it down, and this will get back there. Pushing through is Stroud. Sees one that he likes. It's a 2-on-1 contest. Oh, good work there from the defence in Hare. And the Demons get out of trouble. Dunn tracks this back.
Oh. There was a bit of ricochet through the centre. Weir gets hammered to the ground. Washington with a dirty big push. And now with Parker. What can Parker do? He can't do enough.
He done a dirty mongrel punt, that's what he does. Just noticed him back play after trying to take that mark. Armitage grabbing for the calves. He's starting to cramp up. He's done a power of running. But I've got bad news for him. There's a quarter and a half to go.
Well, the interesting thing about that is most of this Manly side, as this one goes out of bounds on the full, most of this Manly side enjoyed the week off. Armitage played in the, I think it's the Young Guns game down in Melbourne as part of his duties on the recruit. He was requested to go down there and play in front of plenty of scouts. And so he would be just a little tight. You would have thought he would have run that one out pretty hard.
You think so? When the scouts are in the crowd, after you spend a bit of time on the recruit, I guess you are, when you want to play at the top level.
Right now all the scouts are on YouTube.
The punch from Widmar.
He's wasted his time. He shouldn't have bothered running. He should have broken out the Pele last week.
Good all from the back of the pack, just pops it up. And the relieving mark will be taken. And it is Jordan Weir. And he wants to move it quickly. They've got plenty of numbers out here. Johnson with the run on. He's got another one in front of him in Pyle, who's broken away. And Kieran Wright found wanting there. Pyle comes back inside. Brain takes it. This is Levi. Too far out to score. Just bombs it long, looking for Fowler. Oh, in fact, there's Kilpatrick out there.
Free kick will come. Just didn't have eyes for the football there. I think it was Kieran Wright.
He's not having the greatest of afternoons, Kieran Wright.
Ex-Phelan medalist for Pennant Hills. It'll be Lachlan Kilpatrick that'll get the shot on goal.
So a couple of shots on goal already. Distance won't be a problem. The accuracy's been anything but perfect. So we'll see how he goes with this one.
Kilpatrick. This one drifted across the face as well.
He needs to get the headband off and just let the locks flow down in front of his eyes. I've seen the goalpost has put him off.
Let's just hope the headband isn't too tight today. Maybe that's what's putting him off. We don't want to shirk the headband. There's nothing wrong with the headband, mate. Just disappointing for us up here. We haven't quite got the hair to wear the headband, I think.
Oh, we've rolled out the barrel.
Free kick once again. Umpires getting heavily involved. For Garland, the recipient this time round.
Big shout out to Rod Frost watching at home.
For Garland, ball's going to fall short. Fowler had a chance. So did Wright. Tackle being applied now. I think that was Robertson. Ball up again, second man up. Solid punch. Angel, handballs up to Smith. Smith just bangs it on the boot forward. Crisfield can't get there in time. Bunkle, he's been good on the last line of defence.
Hands on the full. Oh, it's a free kick for a push. It's against Goodall. And you can see the reaction.
Always interests me when these players say, oh, I didn't use my hands, I used my forearm. It's still a push.
Fly comes at the back from Fowler. Trying to get through there, Witt. Wrapped up there is Smith. Umpires ask the question and the answer's holding the ball.
Oh, look
and it's
out,
on.
it's going to explode here. Surely it's going to be reversed.
Brain.
You can't come out doing that.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Well, you think about this one that was out of bounds and was paid a push in the back as a reversal.
The fly forward, it just rolls over the head of Widmer and Parker.
If that had connected from Brain, that would have taken Witt's head off.
Right. Puts the big hoof into it across the back. Was looking for Carey. Once again, numbers have come through. That was Brain at the bottom of the pack for Manly. Good all. Gets caught high. Free kick eventually comes. He just plays on. Hard as nails, good all. Chris Field, bouncing ball, doesn't help him out. Adir Wikarama. Brazel gets him.
Just
holding the balls. The decision. Free kick coming the way of Brazel.
Adir Wikarama thought he could get around him with pace there and was caught out with no option when the tackle stuck.
Brazel with a long kick. The pack forms straight up the line. Brain to his brother, James. Over the shoulder. No, it wasn't. Wales. There's decisions coming from everywhere.
It's in the back, off the ball, kick to Manly Warringah.
The natives are getting restless, to say the least. I think a siren went,
Yeah, they've signalled the siren's gone. Players are walking on the field, umpires are walking. He's going to have a shot at goal. This is ambitious.
There's a lot of feeling here at Blacktown at three-quarter time. And the umpires are in the firing line completely. They want to be careful. Supporters are out there having a crack. And it's all going wrong at the moment for Pennant Hills. They've had their opportunities. 2 goals, 7 is their score at three-quarter time. They are 20 points in deficit to Manly Warringah. And sanity prevails a little bit here at the moment. And they want to be careful as we take a break here at three-quarter time. The score is 5-9-39 Manly Warringah, 2-7-19 for Pennant Hills. We'll take a breath, we'll take a break. We'll be back shortly for all the action from the last quarter. Well, to suggest it's all happening here at Blacktown International Sports Park is probably understatement at the moment. This game is on fire. Manly Warringah lead by 20 points. A very low scoring grand final. In fact, its margin is 21 points. Just adjust the scoreboard. As we get set for the final term.
A bit of discontent going into a three-quarter time. The crowd getting a little bit awry out here at Blacktown. A lot of passion between these two sides. Pennant Hills looking to get their first premiership in a few, where for Manly, it'll be 4 on the trot, boys. A couple in Division 1, they went back-to-back. Now they're looking to go back-to-back in the Premier Division. Their first year, last year, resulted in a premiership win. Can they back it up? It's out of the centre. Angel, Armitage, Hawkins looked for it. Then Hare, Wales applies a good tackle on James Brain.
Well, they haven't backed off any at the start. That they've come out fired up after the change, which you'd expect. There's a hint of having the ball there. Good all as it broke out of the pack, but both sides still ripping in and now dropping the ball.
So Brain away to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick loads up looking for Fowler. Shepherd knocks it to the ground. Fowler somehow gets it on the boot. And it was Heil, our mate, just seeing it over the boundary line.
What Pennant Hills don't want, and for the sake of the game, we really don't want the Giants to kick the first goal because that'll take some air out of it. I think Pennant Hills will really be looking to break this out and get it forward as quick as possible.
4 straight kicks in it. One down front position, Angel. Harry, that is. The fly comes from James Brain. Now with Pedersen. What can Pedersen do? He can kick it straight down the throat of Shepherd, who just decides to use the final line, and they'll reset. Rush behind.
out. Not a great one. It was intended to come out there. Robertson swoops on it though and fires it back in to where it came from, and that was another behind. 5 goals, 12, boys. Not great kicking from the Manly Warringah Giants side. A player down here in the foreground. Quite see who it was. This one comes back and Robertson does the same thing again.
Just having a little game of kick to kick here. Schoolyard kick to kick.
Armitage is down, boys. And a bit of concern as the umpire just holds play for a second. Didn't see what happened.
Harsh from the effects mic.
A lot of compassion out there.
Oh, you can feel the love. The Armitage just looking a little bit ginger there.
Well, if he's walking, start the game.
A lot of compassion up here in the box as well. I know he's running. Surely start the game. Come on, that's it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we're waiting.
Just stop for all interchanges if that's the case. Sorry. Compassionate.
All right. Well, with Robertson, who loads up. This one straight. Very straight. Didn't have the distance. Just fell short and pushed through. As the lights take effect here, it starts to get a little bit dark in Blacktown.
Kieran Wright with the ball. Decides to go long, as is his want. Trying to get it down there to Smith. Couldn't take the mark. Swooping on it again is Robertson. He's had a plenty of touches in the last couple of minutes. Benbow drives them long. No one at home. It's offline though. Although pushing back is Parker. Parker now gives it off to Beckett. Beckett around the corner. What can he do? Good all in there for the Demons. He dishes off. And they might just get out of trouble, Pennant Hills. No, they won't. The mark's taken. Right on the 50 arc. And it's Dickerson.
Well, it's a disappointing start to this quarter for Pennant Hills. They've been put under pressure. The turnovers are coming just from trying to get a release. They're just throwing it on the boot, trying to get out of their defensive 50, and they're just being picked off by the Giants. It's a big kick from Dickerson. Once again, hasn't travelled far enough. Danger, Fowler has a knock at it. But Schooler does enough to find it over that goal line, so it'll be another rush behind. Margin out to 25. Final quarter of the 2014 AFL Sydney Premier Division Grand Final. Schooler picked up by Garland. Goodall pinches it, has another go. Tackled well by James Brain. Now forward they go through Carey, but once again, turnover on a centre wing. Poor disposal finds Bunkle.
Bunkle drives them in again. They've found a player here in Kilpatrick who's been good this afternoon. Switch our heads around, try and think about the best on ground at some stage soon too, boys. As Kilpatrick goes forward.
Frank.
Little kick over to Pedersen. Pedersen loads up from 60. You know he watches this. Goes forward. No mark taken, but there's a free kick on the play. It's against Kieran Wright, and it'll be a Manly Warringah free kick, and it'll be a Manly Warringah goal.
Well, again, we see the ball of Pennant Hills Demons unable to get the ball out of their 50. They're going down the line, turning the ball over. Repeat entries inside 50. It's going to result in a goal.
So Garland just slots it over the top, and he enjoys the result. Manly get the first on the board for the final quarter.
Well, I think that might be it, boys. I think that was a... Pennant Hills really needed to get that next goal. And you can see here Pedersen just loading up.
Just a little hand on the shoulder, impeded. Jeez, it was light.
Not a lot in it. And Kieran Wright throwing his hands up, just asking the question.
Don't know if you get closer to the screen, I don't think it becomes any more obvious there.
A wonderful decision from Frank. Not everyone would have picked that up.
31 points the margin. 8 goals 14 to 2 goals 7.
Well, this will be monumental if Pennant Hills can do something here. They need to triple their score almost, double their score.
Go with the triple.
Triple.
Go with the triple.
They need to score a few more points.
They just need to score.
Straight kicks will get him back into this game as Kilpatrick breaks the line. One-hander, couple of juggles from Robertson. Couldn't get the final one to sit. He's going to have another lash. Ball looked like it just came over the boundary line. Good decision, boundary umpire. Johnny on the spot there.
I didn't hear an undercurrent of booing there. I think it's just a natural reaction from some of the people in the crowd at the moment. Ball comes back in. Big thump forward. Pennant Hills need to work something out here. Adiri Wikrama off to Delaquila. It was so good for them last week. Turns Crisfield around. Couldn't quite stop on the cricket pitch. And eventually comes out to Wern. Wern across to Stroud. They go wider still. Couldn't quite find the handle for Garland. Gives it back to Stroud. Been very good for them this afternoon. Drives them inside 50. Brain was the target. Goes over the top there. And there will be a boundary throw-in.
Again, we see the Giants turning that ball, that quick release around from the Demons, getting it back inside 50. Inside 50s this quarter, a 6-0. It's not exactly what Pennant Hills would have ordered, but exactly what the Giants wanted.
Yeah, they had their chances in that third quarter. 11-8 inside 50, Pennant Hills, but not being able to capitalise. Good mark taken out in front by Matt Thomas. Stroud working his hardest to try and spoil. Couldn't get there in time. Crisfield, well held by Bunkle. He's been good on that last line of defence, has Bunkle.
I do love the way Crisfield just gets up expecting to take a kick.
Yeah, no, look, you've got to try and sell it. And he had to go.
Got to be glass half full, boys.
That's right. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Exactly. We've spoken about this earlier with Craig. We can't get him across the line.
Crisfield drives them inside. Oh, the big fly in the defence. Now Zickman comes up with it, throws the arms out, asks the question, just like we were talking about. Thomas gets it up. Now they've got a bit of space. Can't bring it around, though. And another behind to Pennant Hills. 2 goals, 8 now. The margin, 30 points.
Fantastic kicking here in the grand final, 6-14 to 2-8. Been sensational.
First inside 50 for this final quarter for Pennant Hills. No contest there up against Washington. He decides to go long.
The numbers.
Brain, good pickup coming from the Garland. Couple of bounces, shot on goal. Across the front.
Can't work it out. The sun's gone down, it's night time, the lights are on, and that yellow footy's still not behaving itself. That thing came off his foot, fair dinkum like a sack of spuds.
Shepherd to bring it back in for the Demons. Task getting even harder as the seconds tick away. Out to Parker. Come here with all sorts of confidence. He decides to run now. Smith puts it out in front. Pedersen was up to the task. Tries to go back. Goodall, good below his knees. Picks it up. Feeds it off now to Angel. Angel to Delaquila. They got one through the middle. That kick is not going to win any awards as Wern swoops. Goes from 50 and pushes it left.
Oh, they really needed to make the shoes pay then. There's a poor kick coming out of the back line. But again, snapshot on goal, hooked and missed.
Well, they were poor with their shots on goal. Last time they met in the second semi, they kicked 3 goals, 15 Manly Warringah. And they've certainly kicked some behinds today, but they all add up.
Well, they'll be happy because they've improved in both areas. They've kicked more goals and more behind, so that's a good work. They've obviously worked hard on the track for that. Good to see that Armitage is back out there after being admitted to the emergency ward. He's now returned. Had a little bit of a rest, got that extra little break while they stopped the game while he got off, so he looks fresh now.
9 goals, 29 so in the last 2 weeks. Manly Warringah.
Carey
Serves me correctly.
with the big left foot. Adiri Wikrama couldn't bring it to ground. Good work. He was spoiled there by Garland. Tackle applied on, I think that's Matt Thomas at the back of that.
Not sure I can squeeze it in, Frosty, sorry.
32 points to margin. Wales coughs it up, couldn't get control. Wern, little handball out. Now with James Brain. Long handball for Garland. Washington, the big fella, puts it on the left. Kicks it to his tag team partner up forward in Dickerson. Kieran Wright gets a boot to it off the ground. He was happy. Only one idea, though, that was to get it over the boundary line.
To talk in something that resembled an unbroken sentence.
It's hard when I've got to think and talk at the same time. I'll get there one day.
Comes back in.
Try doing it with symbols between your knees.
Thomas is just set upon. Now they try and stand up in the tackle. Washington says, you're not going anywhere. And umpire will come back in. 12 and a half played, final term. Manly Warringah look like they're going to go back-to-back in Premier Division after going back-to-back in First Division. That stoppage. All the heat of that third quarter seems to have come out of this game as the hand ruck comes across. Third man up, trying to find Armitage. Didn't come off. And they come out to Angel, who takes a juggling mark at centre half back. Goes wider still to Crisfield. Brassel did well to work him over the ball. They go forward now, the Giants. One here and it's over. Wern steps inside, spins around one, goes underneath, goes backwards, goes forwards, and gets a free kick for high contact. Too far out to score, you'd think.
Good to see Smith didn't question that one. It was a fraction crude.
A long kick to the edge. Fly came through from Armitage. Once again, the Natie's getting a little bit restless down there on the boundary line.
It's good to hear the classics coming out.
Love the banter.
Yeah, no, it's been excellent.
Attacking 50 for the Giants once again. Across the back. Kick comes from Shepherd. Just Smith sees it over the boundary line.
Free kick count is 18 to 17. I call that fairly even.
It's not about how many you get, it's about where you get them. So I've been told. Washington, he's been a man on fire in this last quarter.
Carey bangs it, but it's all Giants here. Three of them can take the pick. Good Shepherd coming there from Benbow. Delivery finds Robertson. Robinson just waiting for a target to appear. Still waiting. Just pulls it back to the hot spot, and Dickerson takes it on the chest.
This is where I like to see the big buck resting. He's stretching that Pennant Hills back line. They haven't got a lot of tall defenders down there, and that was a beautiful kick from Robinson. His last quarter's been really good.
So it'll be Dickerson. 6 goals in the regular season. What can the ruckman do? He punches the air. The big man kicks his first. And Pennant Hills are looking like they are done this evening. And Manly have taken out the 2014 Premiership.
Well, he's gone off early.
There we have it.
Could have gone off a quarter and a half ago.
7-16.
We'll keep calling it. Keeps it entertaining.
2-8 Pennant Hills. Can't kick 2 goals in a grand final. And expect to come away with a medallion.
There's a lot of paperwork going on up here in the box. Edwick Rama over the top. They've called play on. He gets a quick right foot on it. It's one out, down forward now. It's come back for something. Frank's blown the whistle. It's now been turned over, brought back, reversed. Smith, again, been lively in this last quarter. Fortunately, hasn't been controlling his exuberance.
Manly Warringah now in the arms of Ben Bow. There's one thing I've learnt today. It's how to say Ben Bow. Drives them inside 50, as we've seen so much this afternoon. What can this game offer us as it looks like Thur Garland splits from the pack, spins around, kicks it through. It's party time for the Giants.
Get out the party poppers and the whistles. It's time to get happy. We saw that there. Gore came from the reversal. Pennant Hills were going forward. Free kick was paid. It got turned around. Back inside 50 for the Giants. Their leg speed's been the difference in this last quarter. Big Shepherd from Armitage. His work off the ball's been good. A wonderful finish by Garland.
Who did it start with, boys? A little tap there from our man, Gamer Pyle. Nice work. He's been good all day, has Pyle.
Interesting to see if he figures in the voting for the best on ground. He's obviously been Dan's favourite.
Tough decision. There's been plenty of them around. It's been pretty even, you must say. I don't think there's been that one solid dominant that makes it an easy decision for the panel to work out who gets the medal today.
Free kick holding the ball. Jeez, that's tough. Irwin hardly ever took possession of the football.
He took 2 steps.
It's a team holding the ball. I don't know.
Is that one back in? Team holding the ball.
Irwin gets it back. Nonetheless, goes inside. Couldn't quite find Angel. Gets it back to Delaquila. Delaquila loads up from 50. Offline. Howell the bounce. Beautifully for Zickman. Just needs to keep it in. Carey lurking. Going to swing a boot at it. Touched over the line.
Pedersen will bring it back in from defence. On Stroud. Could be one that figures.
You've got to say,
for Manly, he's been very good.
Done a few Manly Warringah games this year, and best players would be the hardest to pick. They are such a well-drilled unit. They work as a team. You can just see from this play, there's been 6 or 7 hands involved. Eventually, it's Kieran Wright who goes over the line. So whoever's picking the best on ground must be a very hard task.
Good luck.
Because we've provided them with a few outs in the last 5 minutes, that's for sure. Pontius Pilot.
Comes back in Armitage at the back of the pack. Goes inside. Found there coming through with Beckett.
Umpire's lost his footing.
We've had everything today.
It's a game that keeps on giving.
For Garland. I think.
Good inflection.
Kilpatrick is another one that's been good today.
He's been excellent today, involved in everything. Movement on the forward line. He's been the 2nd, 3rd, 4th ruckman. He's been great.
Last year's medal winner, I believe. It could be well in the running again this year.
Well, there's back-to-backs in the air.
Good all. Burrows the head down. Pretends to handball.
I guess, boys, the other thing, just the success of this club since they've come up from Division 1. To come from Div 1 and I think win Premier Division in your first year is one thing, but then to go back-to-back and do it in as dominant as they have today says a lot about this club. They've gone from strength to strength as floating ball just goes through for another behind.
Yeah, you're right, Dan. To be able to make the move up last year and to go all the way, I thought was a fairy tale for Manly Warringah, but to put it back out on the track again this year, small turnover of personnel, but as you can hear, the support for this Manly Warringah side has been fantastic. They won it as Wolves, they'll win it as Giants, and they will celebrate like no other.
Does that mean technically it's not back-to-back?
I was just thinking the same thing. Different names.
Different names.
I On the edge of attacking 50 for Pennant Hills. Second man up once again. Has been doing it a fair bit as Irwin. Armitage gets a little handball away. Continues to run. Look at Armitage. Just works and works and works. They go through the centre. Stroud. Here's that man again. Inside 50. Dickerson. Hang on. Does he even need him? Parker gets it over the line.
8-18.
22 minutes gone in this fourth quarter. Can't be too much longer to go.
44 inside 50s to 30.
Which has resulted in 26 scoring shots to 11. I think that encapsulates the game.
Carey. Little grubber kick, looking for the touch finder.
And possibly that kick.
Angel. Well, not a lot has worked for them today. Pennant Hills, a wonderful team, but it just hasn't sat well for them. And now Fowler. He'll get another shot on goal. We're 22.5 minutes into the final term. 45 points the margin.
Go over their last 3 games, boys, and I don't have any, but the final they played a couple of weeks ago was a very, very low-scoring affair. Last week was a very defensive game as well for Pennant Hills, and here they've only able to put on 2 goals on the scoreboard. Fowler from long range. Misses to the left. Most have missed to the left today too.
I think it's the gale that's blowing in from that other side.
Eastern Road Doctor.
Nice mark taken on the chest. Going to Callum Johnston. Don't think he'll make the distance. Dishes it off. Just travelled a little bit too far for Dickerson. Manly crowd getting very up and about. The Vivazula. There's a man down there that's going to have some sore lips after this afternoon. He's been red hot on it all afternoon. Brazel.
It's out of bounds on the full. Not picked up. Nearly 24 minutes played in this, the final stanza of the 2014 season. This is the final grand final. 10 grand finals over 3 weeks. It's been a wonderful month of football. And we topped off by a back-to-back win to the Manly Warringah side. Out to Third Garland. Just drops it at the crucial stage. Nice little handball over the top to Johnston. Johnston loads up from 40. And doesn't make the distance.
Look at that, another point. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Oh, nice work.
That's the tie-in.
He got it in. You've been trying to that for about 2 quarters, haven't you?
It's taken me 4 quarters to remember.
Free kick comes. We go to Angel. Angel through the middle to Angel. Angel could give it back to Angel. Decides not to go to Angel. Decides to go long. Good kick, good vision, good all. Takes the mark. Could have given it to Delaquila. Delaquila just needed to tread water a little bit. All academic right now, though. Smith back to Goodall. Smith comes up with it. Into some trouble with Schooler. Out in front of Goodall. On the left, inside. Mark could be taking Zickman going back with it. Couldn't get there, and it's out of bounds.
Bunkle getting back there to disperse it.
There could only be seconds left.
Bunkle's had a great game. He's been stuck to Zinkman all day.
He's mopped up well, hasn't he? Spoiled at all the contests. The Deerwicker brings that one down. Is there a consolation prize coming for Pennant Hills with a late goal? It's not going to make any difference. Schooler wins it down. Brain throws it on the boot. Widmar. Handballs. Still
Third Garland.
It's another 1%er. He's had plenty. And again, coming from Hawkins. The Garland. Tap across comes from Pyle. Kilpatrick spins around. Gets it on the left. Armitage tries to punch it on to get the ball moving. Maybe should have taken the mark. And they've coughed it up here at half-back as the siren sounds. And Manly will be crowned back-to-back premiers in the Sydney AFL Premier Division.
Wonderful scenes here at Blacktown as Manly Warringah put a full stop on the AFL Sydney season with an emphatic win over Pennant Hills in this, the grand final. Well-deserved victors are the Giants. And they will enjoy this just as much as the first one last year. They will party like there is no tomorrow.
There wouldn't have been many people that would have last year said that this side would come up from First Division and being competitive, except for probably the Manly faithful. I think everybody from around the competition thought they were going to find it tough, and they have just come out and dominated this competition for 2 years straight.
Amazing scenes here. And as is the usual, the ball finishes on the far side of the ground and the supporters converge. Commiserations to Pennant Hills. They fought hard, especially that first quarter, where they just worked and worked and worked to try and keep Manly Warringah out. But you got the sense that at some stage the game was going to break open, and that's exactly how it went. And Manly Warringah were able to capitalise.
Well, with the crowd over on that side, the songs are being sung. Could be 7 o'clock before they get these presentations finished. But they deserve it. Manly were excellent tonight. The only part that you could say let them down, this game could have been over at half-time if they kicked straight. 8 goals, 20, 68 to 2, 9, 21. We've got 28 scoring shots to 11. There was a dominance that they showed throughout the game. Inside 50s were 46 to 31. You know, they lost a set of breaks, but that didn't bother them because they were able to turn the Demons around. Every time they went forward, Pennant Hill suffered from not having that big target in the 50. They were banging the ball in. Numbers from the Wolves, the Giants, as they played that +1, +2 behind the ball, ran the ball out, got it back into their forward line. As I say, they capitalised on their opportunities. This game's over at half-time.
Yeah, you look at the scoreboard, you would have thinking it was a force 9 gale throughout the whole day. But there wasn't much of a breath of wind throughout the whole game. But two sides that probably need to have spent a bit of time on the in front of goals over the off-season, because they were both disappointing in front of goal. Neither really capitalised on their opportunities. They're just lucky for Manly that it didn't come back and bite them in this scenario.
I mean, they dominated possession. They dominated the ball on the outside. They were the ones that took it away from just down the line footy. They wanted to take it back through the middle of the ground. They worked hard. They had their two-way runners, guys like Stroud, Armitage, pushing back, getting forward. The work of Kilpatrick up forward was excellent. He provided a target for them to go through. Fowler, again, good hands. He could have kicked 5 or 6 today. Benbow, Bunkle, they're mid to small players. Their work rate was what got them their opportunities. You know, they just worked harder than Pennant Hills today, and that's the honest truth.
Deserved victors here in the AFL Sydney as another season comes to a close. It's been a season of highs and lows. A season where the game went global at one stage, or viral, however you wanted. We crowned a New Zealand medalist in Alex Goodall, and we crowned the premiers for 2014, the Manly Warringah Giants. Congratulations to all those who participated again in 2014 in our great game here in Sydney. Game that's growing. And one that we enjoy watching week in, week out at the local grounds around AFL Sydney. To all the volunteers who help out throughout the years, throughout the weeks, a big thank you to you all. To administrators and the people involved at club level right across all 10 competitions. A wonderful, wonderful way to finish the season. We'll take a break now. We'll bring you the presentations very, very shortly. Dan Johnson, thank you for joining us again up here in the commentary box. It's been great to have you back for the big dance. And also joining us up here, Scott Abercrombie. And it's been wonderful to bring this game to you again in 2014. Take a quick break here, and then we'll bring you the presentations very, very shortly. Thanks for joining us online. Leave your comments in the comment box. Drop us a line on Twitter at AFL Sydney. And we will see you all again very, very shortly, as the start of the 2015 season is just around the corner.
Congratulations to both sides on a great season. Commiserations to Pennant Hills and Chris and the team. Another great year, fallen one short, but you can hold your heads high on what's been a great year. So congratulations to Pennant Hills. To Manly Warringah, 4 years in a row on this day, crowned premiers twice in the Premier Division competition, the dominant side all year. So congratulations to Manly Warringah for premierships yet again. We'll announce the Best On Ground medal, the Rod Podbury medal. Craig Bolton, General Manager of AFL New South Wales ACT, will present this. It goes to someone who's been out for a little while, returned today, Manly Warringah, number 9, Anthony Robertson. Best on ground. Well done, Matt. Well done, Robbo. If I can ask the captain, one of the captains of Pennant Hills, Matt Carey, to come forward to say a few words.
Congratulations, Manly, again. Played you guys again in the grand final, so another good win for you guys this year, so congratulations. Penno and the supporters, thanks for everyone that came down from local. For those that have come into state, thank you very much. I said the same thing last year, but boys, congratulations on a big year, and it's games like this that just push us next year, so thank you.
Thanks, Matt. If I can call Tyrone Armitage, captain of Manly Warringah, to the stage to say a few words also.
First of all, I'd just like to thank the Pennant boys. We're glad we played you fellas in the final. It's always a good battle. To the umpires, thank you for everything that you guys do. You guys make this game run. Yeah, to the umpires, thanks for everything. You guys are the ones that make this game run. And to Matty and his team, you guys do a fantastic job. Let us play footy every week. And yeah, thanks for that, mate. And to this crowd, thank you again for everything you guys do. You're amazing, and for the support that you guys give us. We love it. And just to the boys, this is my little nephew. Just to the coaching staff, first of all, they're amazing. Everything they do is for the whole club, and I can't thank you guys enough. And to the boys, what can we say? Hey, back to back to back to back. I think that's it. But it's just an unbelievable effort. Coming into it last year, thinking that we'd probably just win one game, and to go back to back in a Premier Division competition, it's fantastic. It just shows what can happen when a group of boys stick together and they play for each other, and there's no individuals in this team. It's an amazing team, and I've got so much respect for every single one of you fellas, so thank you.
We'll now present the Premiership medallions, and if I can call upon Russell Clack, Club President of Manly Warringah, I got it right, to present the medallions. Number 1, David Stroud. Number 2, Lockie Kilpatrick. Number 4, James Brain. Number 5, Braden Fowler. Number 6, Ryan Wern. Number 7, Jack Hawkins. Number 9, Anthony Robertson. Number 10, Jimmy McDonald. Number 11, Connor Pedersen. Number 12, Angus Bunkle. Number 13, Gareth Benbow. (14) Thomas de Garland. 18, Levi Brain. Number 20, Callum Johnston. Number 23, Hayden Washington. Number 25, Jordan Weir. Number 27, Jack Parker. Number 30, Wills Brazel. Number 31, Tom Beckett. Number 34, Tom Pyle. Number 35, Daniel Dickerson. If I can call back up the captain, number 3, Tyrone Armitage. And last but certainly not least, the coach, Lee Brain. And now I'd like to ask Craig Bolton to present the Bill Hart Cup for the Premier Division premiers to Manly Warringah, back to back. Get up there, boys. Congratulations, Manly Warringah.